Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and this is a magic review. Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out with me. We're gonna spend some time together looking at one of the latest and greatest magic tricks. This is Zoltar Opener from Peter Nardi and Alakazam. All right, Zoltar Opener. What is it? It's a trick that involves the Zoltar machine. If you don't know, there was a movie out a long time ago called Big with Tom Hanks. And in that movie, Tom Hanks comes across one of those fortune-telling machines that has the automated waist-up robot, right? And you stick a quarter in or something, and that animatronic like does a couple little things with his hand. Lights come up in his eyes, mouth opens. And then a little card like jettisons out of the bottom. You pull the card out and it's your fortune. It's like, it lasts barely 30 seconds, right? And it's a fun little, curiosity. And you usually see these machines in bars and, like I said, curiosity shops. In the movie, that machine in particular has a male, like, Swami/genie type guy in the box, but in other places they usually are gypsies or fortune tellers. And it was called Zoltar. It was the Zoltar machine. And what Alakazam has done is they've taken that idea and put it onto a tuck case. So there's a tuck case that has a picture of Zoltar on it, and it says Zoltar speaks at the top, okay? And at the bottom it says think of a card. Right, so you walk the spectator through the tuck box. Like the tuck box does all of your opening dialogue, right? All of your patter is right there in the tuck box. So the front says, think of a card. You spin it to the side and it says, not the Joker. So you're specifically saying, don't think of the Joker. And then you turn it around to the other side and it says, name your card, right? So the person says their card out loud. You flip it over to the back and it says, I knew you'd say that. And you get a little laugh out of that. And then you reveal again and it says, no, really. And so you take the cards out, okay? You show all of the card faces, you show the card backs, and then you say, okay, let's find your card. And you pull their card out, and the kicker is their one card now has a different colored back than the entire rest of the deck. And you say, see, Zoltar predicted what card you would pick. All right, so let's say you pay your $34 to Alakazam. What are you going to get? Obviously, you're going to get the tuck box, right? And the deck inside that does all the work for you. You'll get a download. The one I watched was 16 minutes. The one I watched was a preview video. Yours will probably be longer, have a little bit more. My video was for a pre-release, and so it might be different, but mine was 16 minutes, so it was fine. I mean, you really do learn everything in 16 minutes. It's not a difficult trick. Is it what I thought? I mean, initially, I didn't know what to think. There's a couple of different ways you can do this style of effect where you show odd back cards. And I'm sure right now you're thinking of a few, right? You're thinking of a few. You're saying, you know what, that sounds kind of like the invisible deck, right? You have a deck of cards. The spectator names the card out loud before anything happens, and then you reveal. It also sounds like brainwave, right? Could be a brainwave deck. It is neither. This is not a rough and smooth deck. This is not rough and smooth, which is why I like this better than Brainwave. I like this better than Invisible. I do. Is it well made? It is well made. There are two sets of cards in this. There's a set of bicycle cards, and there's a set of Zoltar cards, which I believe feel like Legends. They feel like Legends cards. They smell like Legends cards too. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Even the tuck case actually kind of feels like a Legends tuck case. So that's what I'm betting on. But that's my opinion. All right. So what do they teach you on the video? Well, Peter Nardi steps in and he talks about Zoltar, how this deck was inspired. He goes through what you get, and then he talks about setting up your deck. You do have to set the deck up. You have to put it in order. And then he's really going to run through the routine. And remember, this is what I learned. The video that you watch will probably be different than mine. Pocket space, it's just a deck of cards. There's nothing else. You don't need anything else. There's nothing to add. There's nothing to take away. It's a deck. Now, it is a trick deck. It is a gaff deck. Obviously, if I said, can it be inspected? No, you can't inspect it. And it's also a one-hit wonder, like Invisible or like Brainwave. It only does one trick. How are the angles on this? I would say the angles, though, are similar to Invisible, similar to Brainwave, just not rough and smooth. Actually, the trick that I feel this was more inspired by than anything else is the X deck. Even though that routine is a little different, it feels more like the X deck routine where you have a deck of cards and you just say, name any card, they do. You go through the deck and you pull one out and that one has a big X on it. This one feels similar to that, even though those two methods are also different. How much setup and reset is there? Like I said, you put the deck together, you assemble it, but it's not hard. It'll take you all but a minute. Positives. All right, so what are the positives? It's a cute trick. It is a cute trick. And in the mind of the spectator, right, this is Invisible deck, this is Brainwave. Because they don't know method, right? They don't know the method. They don't know that you're doing something different. So for those of you who hate rough and smooth, like I do, I hate rough and smooth. I hate it. I don't do any rough and smooth tricks. I don't. Rough and smooth and me, we don't get along. It might be because I'm left-handed. I don't know. For some reason, us left-handers have trouble doing weird things, and rough and smooth for me is one of them. So, but like I said, the spectators have no clue that the methods are different. If I said, you know, hey, name any card, and I say, hey, look, it's the only card that's reversed in the deck, and then I have a Zoltar opener off to the side, I said, okay, hey, name any card, and they do, and hey, look, you picked the one card that has a different color than everybody else. It's the same trick. It's the same trick, but it's just a different method, and it's an easier method. Not to mention, it looks impossible, not to mention that there's no sleights, not to mention this is a good beginner level trick. You don't have to know anything about magic to be able to pull this off. Negatives, I guess the negatives with this is it could flash, right? There's always that chance in tricks like this, even with rough and smooth, that you could flash. Something could part ways a little strange or move, or you could just not remember, and of course you could flash. It's not completely it's not idiot proof, right? It's not foolproof, but yeah, that's really it. Is it worth the money? It is $34, 34 bucks. $34 seems a little high for what it is, but it's all custom graphics, right? The tuck case is all custom, and the Zoltar cards that are in here are all custom as well. Plus, when you have to think that it takes 2 decks to make this one deck, I can see why it would be a little higher, but make sure you do some of the research yourself, watch other reviews, get some other opinions, and make sure this works for you. But don't just take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. There are other review channels out there. There's great, honest magic reviews out there. There's great, unbiased magic reviews out there. You should watch them all. Craig Petty is one of the most unbiased, honest guys out there. He's a straight shooter. He'll tell you exactly what he thinks of things. Make sure you go check out what Craig Petty had to say about this. All right, that's everything I can say about Zoltar Opener, Peter Nardi, Alakazam. I want to thank Alakazam for allowing me to have this so that I could do the review for you. And if you'd like to purchase it for yourself, I would head on down to Alakazam. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, would you like to learn a magic trick? You would? Did you know I have a second channel? That's right. I have a second channel where I teach beginning level magic tricks. Magic Channel Card Tricks is a place that you can go to learn tricks with ordinary items you can find around the house. Paper clips, rubber bands, pens, and of course, decks of cards. I teach beginning level card tricks. Simple card tricks, simple card forces that anybody could learn. I also review magic kits. So if you go buy a magic kit from the store, your local Walmart or Target, or you get a magic kit for Christmas, I'll go over exactly what's inside. And I'll even teach you how to perform with some of those tricks that you get inside those kits. Plus, I'm even gonna give you video instruction to very simple, very inexpensive tricks that you can pick up at your favorite magic store. Sometimes you get those tricks and the instructions are just on a tiny little piece of typewritten paper and you have no idea how to do that trick. Don't throw that trick away. Don't put it in a box. Come back to Magic Channel Card Tricks and I will teach you how to use that trick as well. Or maybe you're not a beginner. Maybe you're not a beginner, but maybe you have a niece or a nephew or a little brother or sister that you could share this channel with them. This is a great, safe place, kid-friendly, where they can learn beginning level magic. Make sure you head on over to Magic Channel Card Tricks, give my videos a like, subscribe to that channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of Magic Orthodoxy.